guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at a new secret location because guess what? Very, very special car and a very special person. One of my good friends, J-Rod, is allowing us to feature his 2018 Nissan GTR, that R35. The great news is that not only are there some modifications that have been made to the exterior, but also underneath the hood. But before we get into J-Rod's beautiful Godzilla, let's talk a little bit about what the GTR represents to Nissan. Would you believe the year 2020 represents the 50th anniversary of the GTR? It goes all the way back to 1970. For many of its iterations, it was all based off of a car called the Skyline. Nissan produced a car called the Skyline. They added a lot of extra performance, a lot of engineering, and that's what gave birth to the GTR. Now, I think really where they started to get even more popular was there was a gap of time where there wasn't any GTR. But in 1989, the GTR name returned to the R32. They called it the R32. And as we went from R32, R33, and of course, probably the most lusted after, the exclusive R34 model, we've been deprived here in the United States, never being able to have that imported into the country. 2009 was the first year of the R35 and the first year that here in the United States we had access to this performance. Now the car from R34 to R35 changed in a big way, and I'm not even talking about like performance, but also the physical size of the car. But one thing is for certain, the true essence, the heart, the spirit of Godzilla is in this R35, and J-Rod has been able to take it a little bit higher when it comes to overall performance. So let's go ahead, dive into this car that the Australians gave the nickname Godzilla to, and see really, is it a supercar or a supercar killer? Right off the bat, the color, that Katsura orange, love it, sparkles so beautiful in the Tampa sun here. You have a refresh. There was a refresh that took place. They redesigned the interior bits on the headlight housing. I do like the multi-projector beam. What I'm a little zonking is going to be the chrome inside. I think for a performance car like this, they should have just blacked everything else out. But I like the way they have a very nice aesthetically done daytime running lamp. You drop down, you have some more LED lighting, and a thing that should never be on Godzilla, a fake vent. So we are going to zonk this fake vent. They could have easily made this functional for brake cooling or for some other aerodynamic advancement. Now, as we keep continuing down, one thing I love is the way they took the splitter and integrated it nicely into the front fascia. You can see how the front fascia kind of curves down, and then you have that metallic gray front splitter. Doesn't come out too far, and then it actually tucks underneath, because watch, as we come across the grille, that iconic shape of the R35, the GTR badge, so much history with those three letters. I love this brushed aluminum. Remember, this is Nissan's V-Motion grille shape. They brought it into the GTR. You can see you have some flat black on the upper grille and lower grille. Here's our massive air intakes that are functional. I do like that. And one of the reasons why that gray splitter on the corner kind of tucks underneath is look how far the fascia extends. That's going to help give us downforce and just scoop gobs of air into those radiators for cooling and for also brake cooling. Now, as we go up onto the hood, the way they take the lines from the front fascia into the hood, nice curves all the way to the A-pillar. You have twin NACA ducts. These are functional air scoops. And what's great about these types of ducts is that they actually allow maximum airflow, but also allow air to go into the duct to give you that cooling and performance and everything else that you need. Now, as we come around the bend, here's some of the mods. This is sitting on swift lowering springs. You can see the distance between the fender to the top of the tire sits perfectly. And of course, J-Rod went with some Vossen hybrid forged wheels. This is a custom built wheel, 20 inches in diameter. Love the flat black, love the design. You can see that bright orange 6-piston caliper. That's just ridiculous, the size of that thing that's going to clamp down on a 2-piece rotor. So you have the hat, which is the darker portion here, and your cross-drilled, fully ventilated rotors. Those rotors are over 15 inches in diameter. What that means is you're gonna have the braking capability of being able to squeeze an orange and produce a 50-gallon drum of orange juice. That's the kind of performance you're getting out of that brake setup. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the tire size on this? You're looking at 285 up front. Some cars don't even have 285. Performance cars have 285s out back. 285s up front, very, very low 35 series sidewall. J-Rod is smart to run with those Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, but definitely the brake color, the wheel color, everything matches up nicely. Now, as we go into the fender, I love the way the headlight housing goes all the way high up into that fender, curves down, and then I'm gonna swing, let Victor swing around and really show how that fender flares out. You got the GTR badge, you have that bright silver, gives it a nice touch, and that functional side air vent really shows the engineering, especially when we look at wind tunnel testing. And this car performing on the racetrack, this thing has performed on racetracks around the world. I like the way the lower sill extends out. It's that nice metallic gray. I think if it was all Katsura orange, I think it would be just kind of lost. The style would be lost. It's nice to have a little bit of a differentiator in color there. Your door handles are nice and flush. Bright silver kind of goes nicely with the silver on the GTR badge. Just the shape. I love on these R35s, even though I think R34 really is what I would like to park in my garage, but on these R35s, the way they black out the A-pillar and the way the roof kind of curves back, this rear pillar with the quarter window just has a great shape to it. Nice flared out fender, and guess what? When we get back here, you're gonna see why these fenders are flared out. Now, obviously, still those wonderful Vossen hybrid forged wheels. Remember, forged is lighter than cast aluminum, and these tires back here, 345. Let me say that again, 345 on the width. That's gonna help you get traction to the ground. Remember, this has a very sophisticated all-wheel drive system, but even out back, you're having a massive caliper, that bright orange, with your two-piece rotor, fully ventilated and cross-drilled. And then even the touches, look down below how we have some nice venting in that lower portion. And then we get to the back, drop dead orange juice sexiness. After this, I just want to drink a big old bottle of orange juice. Love the rear wing. You have a nice center pedestal and the way that it curves around. The iconic, I don't care, go look at an R32, go look at an R34. That iconic taillight setup, nice round design. The GTR badge, we drop down, you're gonna get this beautiful carbon fiber on the rear diffuser and the exhaust outlets. Look how massive those openings are, and what's nice is this is functional here. It's not just a bunch of blocked off plastic. Even the way they did the diffuser from one side to the other, spot on the money. But why don't we go ahead, outside's looking sexy, let's pop the hood and see what is powering this Godzilla. All right guys, we got the hood popped on Godzilla. I am gonna zonk the prop rod, especially on a car this kind of performance, this kind of price. But one thing I'm definitely not gonna zonk is that engine. One of the sexiest engines, even to this day, and this is what I tell you guys, the hell with plastic covers. Show me some sexy intake plenum runners. So what you're looking at is that 3.8 liter V6 twin turbocharged, mated to that elusive 6-speed DCT transmission that is only available in this Nissan product, not in any other Nissan product. From the factory, this produced 565 horsepower. Now, J-Rod, being the car enthusiast, and especially the GTR enthusiast that he is, he wound up doing some modifications. So what you are looking at is a Boost Logic piping kit. We have custom blow-off valves, an AMS downpipe and mid-pipe, a speed density kit, an Ecotech tuned ECU by Visconti Tuning and Racing, custom fuel pump, larger injectors, and we are running on E85 flex fuel. You're looking at horsepower numbers, low 600s to the wheels. J-Rod on this setup, this street setup, with the swift lowering springs and those beefy freaking tires and beautiful Vossen wheels, ran a 10.5 in the quarter mile. So I'm gonna expect 0 to 60. Stock is 2.9. I'm gonna say 0 to 60, probably 2.7 seconds if we're getting the traction to the ground, maybe even a little quicker. But like I said, seeing the custom blow-off valves, seeing the beautiful intake runners, even seeing, I don't know if Victor showed you guys, how it's hand built and it's got that person's name stamped there so that you could admire their craftsmanship. This is what it's all about. You even have, I don't know if you notice, where your shocks are, yeah, those are adaptive dampers. So when you go into your different modes, even the carbon fiber bracing, look at that. That's stuff that just kind of gets lost in translation. When you take time and you look and you stare and you're done wiping the drool from your mouth, who needs to hang a photo on the wall? Just go in your garage and stare at this. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready for an eargasm, I have my towel, I'm ready for an eargasm. Let's fire up J-Rod's GTR and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside J-Rod's GTR. I know that, of course, we're waiting for a redesign, right? It's been since 2009, since the R35 was here. They did this refresh for 2018, so J-Rod was smart to get a 2018 with the refreshed styling of the front end, some on the rear, and definitely on the interior. Brand new, these cost well over $100,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, I love the leather everywhere. Top of the door panel, the stitch work, even the leather on the grip, the handle to close and open the door. Nice touches. This does have the Bose sound system. The carpet shows its age. That was something where I remember seeing that a lot more before the mid-2000s and definitely right around the mid-2000s. Nice little net pocket there for your race-winning Twinkies. After you beat somebody, you could have a Twinkie and share one with the loser. Give them a consolation prize. The leather is great, the stitch work, really nice and clean. And then this was the updated infotainment system. Now, I personally like the original setup. This one has a little bit more functionality, but a little bit more black plastic. I wish they would have covered all this in carbon fiber, but you are getting that wonderful setup with the beautiful gauges. And remember, the creator of the original Gran Turismo game worked with Nissan to set up this whole system with the gauges and whatnot. As we work our way down, you see the stitch work, the AC vents, dual climate control, nicely done. You're gonna have your toggle switches to go into your different modes. R mode is the way we're gonna go. That gives you the utmost performance. A little bit of this nice brushed aluminum look here. You got a bright red start-stop button. This is gonna control the 6-speed DCT. It's a transaxle, so what that means is the transmission is not actually bolted to the engine. It's out back to kind of help us with the balance of weight distribution. Carbon fiber, looking really good. You got your e-brake, good old-fashioned e-brake with the leather, 2 cup holders, and then a nice soft armrest, and then to wrap it off the seats. They're actually really comfortable, supportive. I like the one-piece back, the alcantara, the stitch work. The great news is you could drive this car every single day and then take it to the quarter mile, take it to a road course, and really show people up. Because remember that sexy sloping roof? Look at all the headroom I have in here. You could put on a helmet. I'm 6 feet tall. Put on a helmet, go do the track day, and then guess what? You could go take your wife or significant other to dinner that night, and you could show her your trophy. But why don't you come on over here? I'll show you behind the wheel, the business end of this GTR. All right, guys, business time. I like the GTR badging welcoming you every time you get in and out of your GTR. Very nice touch. Of course, you got all your seat controls to conform these beautiful, comfortable seats to your body. Steering wheel, love the design. My only zonk is I wish it was flat bottom, and I wish there was some carbon fiber up here with Formula One style LED lights. They did do a great job on the horn button though. The stitch work, the GTR badge. You have large paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 6-speed DCT transmission. And then the dash, it's dated, but it still looks sexy. Carbon fiber, large tack. You got your analog speedometer, fuel gauge and cooling gauge, and then obviously the digital display for your gear indicator. What's great is when you're looking out over the hood, you see a couple of those bumps there for those NACA ducts. But why don't we go ahead? This car does have rear seats. No, we're not getting in them. It also has a trunk, but that's not what this car is about. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's maximize our video time and take J-Rod's GTR for a spin. All right, guys, we're in J-Rod's 2018 Nissan GTR slow roll. Let me drop it down the first. On throttle, here we go. Oh my God. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The sound, unbelievable. As we go around this roundabout here, the sound is just crazy. The shifts are so fast, and of course with those steamroller sized tires, we have traction that's unbelievable, and with the all-wheel drive, unbelievable. All right, guys, being behind the wheel of Godzilla is a special feeling. Second gear, on throttle, here we go. Oh my God. Wow. The sound, the way it puts you back in the seat. I know we all lust for a manual transmission in these. I'd be very curious to drive one with a manual transmission, but this 6-speed DCT is just mind-blowingly quick. I love looking in the rearview mirror and seeing that large spoiler back there. Visibility out the front is phenomenal. Steering has a great feel, great weight, perfect thickness. Even the way the paddles are mounted, they're at a good distance to where you're not going to be accidentally hitting them, and you're not hunting for them either. You can kind of focus on the task at hand. But even just driving around town, the seats are comfy, bolstering is great. Yes, the infotainment system is dated. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, this car just has a certain presence to it, especially this color and the way that J-Rod has done the fine touches with the Vossen wheels, the suspension. It's like he did just enough. And to have 345s out back, because remember, this is, even though it's all-wheel drive, it is rear-wheel drive bias, and a lot of power gets sent to those rear wheels. So to have those meaty tires, I mean, unbelievable. The downshifts, very nice, very purposeful. On throttle, here we go. Wow. The brakes, not worried about shedding speed in this car. It's got the whole package. It really is a supercar killer. It really, really is. It very well might be classified as a supercar, to be honest with you. I mean, it's got all those great attributes. All right, guys, like I was saying, you know, driving around really is a wonderful daily driver experience here. And the power delivery with those two smaller turbos, you're not waiting for boost. You really are not whatsoever. But let's see how she accelerates again, shall we? Downshift, on throttle, here we go. Wow. Downshift into this right-hand turn here. Really nice, super smooth. Handles so, like the feedback is so precise. It's like you're thinking, and then it's automatically turning before you even move your body. That's how intuitive this car is. The way everything is laid out makes perfect sense. And, you know, I don't know. If I got one of these, would I miss the manual? Would I miss a manual transmission? I don't know. That's the big question, but I'm loving this car. All right, guys, one more time. First gear, on throttle, here we go. Wow. On the brakes. Downshift. Nice little pop coming out the back. Love that. We go. Oh my God, this car is unbelievable. Thank you, J-Rod, for allowing me to take your baby for a spin. You should be a proud papa with this one. It is unbelievably quick, smooth, looks good, sounds good, checks off all the boxes. The fake vents, I'm forgetting about them right now because I'm not even looking at them. What I'm looking and what I'm feeling is right here, right now, and there's no place I'd rather be. But we gotta wrap this up. J-Rod, I know, wants his car back, so I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been an amazing time with this very special GTR. I definitely gotta thank J-Rod for allowing us to take his baby and really showcase it for all of you. It's really cool because J-Rod actually started as a subscriber, as a fan, and then became a very, very good friend. He is the guy to see at Jerry Ohm Dodge if you're looking for a Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram product. But definitely this GTR, I know maybe something was lost in translation when they went from the R34 to the R35, but still, to this day, performance numbers that are so mind-blowing. And this car is not a lightweight, and it's not a small car either, but you're getting that supercar performance, the ability to kill supercars with this GTR, especially if you like to do some modifications. Great companies like AMS, like Boost Logic, that allow you to even take greater advantage of the horsepower out of these GTRs. But if it's cars like these, where it's subscribers' cars, friends' cars, cars that really showcase performance at a fairly reasonable price to go get those supercars. If you want to keep seeing those, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rise merch. Got to get out to Victor. We popped his GTR cherry today. He got to make out with Godzilla because this was his first ride in Godzilla. So thank you, Victor, for making another milestone for yourself and sharing it with Rady's Rise. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.